What's going on, Knicks Nation? Kind of an impromptu live stream, just touching on a few topics as you can see here. My name is Anthony, the creator of Knicks Nation. A couple of topics that came out today. We got Quentin Grimes rumors. Alan Hahn said that Alec Burks may be coming back. Josh Hart struggles that I wanted to get into. James Dolan news that I wanted to get into. And then obviously throughout the show, we'll take your comments in the chat. But let's just wait for a few more people to come here. Let me just put our topic. All right. So topic number one, the New York Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes. The New York Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes. Supposedly, the NBA trading deadline is 23 days away, and the Grimes rumors are starting to heat up. Fred Katz of The Athletic said the Knicks are pretty much open for business in terms of moving Quentin Grimes. They're gauging his interest around the league. So that will be interesting. Quentin Grimes, a.k.a. Mr. Untouchable. I mean, I posted a post on YouTube, and a lot of Knicks fans didn't like it. They didn't like that the fact that the New York Knicks are looking to trade a Quentin Grimes. Big Task, man. What's going on in the chat, man? What's going on? Just impromptu live stream about the New York Knicks, about these topics that, came about today. So, in my opinion, Quentin Grimes, I'm not trading him unless it's for DeJounte Murray. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not trading Quentin Grimes for like a Brogdon or like a smaller piece just to get another playmaker in here. First of all, number one, Quentin Grimes doesn't really play that much coming in off the bench. Number two, I mean, yes, he get his opportunity to start? Yes. I just feel like Quentin Grimes has so much left in the tank, and it just stinks that whether or not it will be unlocked with another team. We traded Barrett quickly, and now Grimes, pretty much essentially all of our youth. And you can even throw Mitchell Robinson in that mix as well, who has been rumored to other teams. Not saying it will get done, but yeah, look, the Grimes rumors were leaked today, 23 days until the NBA trading deadline. I saw a lot of pushback on this, and I understand it because it's going to hurt losing Grimes. But at the end of the day, the New York Knicks need another playmaker. And in order to get that other playmaker in here, another guard to spell Brunson, because it seems like they don't really trust Miles McBride, even though he has played well here these past few games. It seems like, they really want somebody coming in, spelling Brunson 10, 15 minutes, getting the offense involved, picking your spots, getting everyone where they need to be. We were missing that. Quickly didn't really do that, but, Quickly was a scoring threat. That's what we were missing off the bench. Quickly was a scoring threat. Big Task has so much left in the tank. LOL, damn, you make him sound like a 15-year-old vet. Look, Grimes has a kind of like a soft spot for me, man. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like his time here in New York look, he's still on the team. I'm acting like, he was traded already, but he's still on the team. So we'll see what happens. But I thought it was interesting. But in my opinion, I'm not trading Grimes unless it's for, a DeJounte Murray. That's just my opinion. The quote here is the Knicks are coming to a crossroads with Grimes, who is eligible after the season for an extension of his rookie scale contract. The same type of deal that Quickly could have received, but did not in 2023. Of course, New York flipped Quickly to Toronto. So I'm only trading Quentin Grimes for DeJounte Murray. I'm not including him in anything else. That's just my opinion. In my opinion, the Knicks actually need to play him more than Josh Hart off the bench. So that's just my personal opinion on that. All right, let's rapid fire, man. Rapid fire tonight, man. I wasn't planning on coming up here. Alec Burks reunion. What do you guys think of an Alec Burks reunion with the New York Knicks? So I was listening to ESPN New York today, Alan Hahn's radio station, and let me just pull up the quote. He said, if you were to put money down on who the Knicks were to get at the deadline, I would put money on Alec Burks. Alec Burks is a name to watch. It just seems inevitable. I'd watch that, end quote. So that quote is from Alan Hahn on his radio show. He said, the flashy names are out there. DeJounte Murray, Brogdon, those flashy names are out there. But he brought up Alec Burks. Alec Burks is playing well in Detroit right now. Detroit is an absolute mess. Obviously, we have the ties to Alec Burks. He was with us a couple of years ago. Tom Thibodeau loves him. So, honestly, I could see the Knicks going in that direction, but is that the right piece right now, Alec Burks? I mean, he would help. He wouldn't hurt, but I don't know. I feel like Knicks fans, when they hear Alec Burks, are like, that's the best you can do in the trade market, Alec Burks. So, yeah. Almighty, what's going on? Y'all see the report, Pacers offering 3 firsts for Siakam. I just saw that come down. Shams tweeted that, and he said the Pacers are going to they're involved in trade talks with the Raptors centered around 3 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam. Don't forget, the Raptors wanted 3 first-round picks for OG Anunoby, and they didn't get that. I mean, they essentially got, quickly, which in my opinion is essentially 2. But yeah, I just saw that come down. That's crazy. Evan, what's going on? Says salute. Buzzbeater says no Burks. Thibs will play him at the backup point guard. Look, when I heard this from Alan Hahn, I was like, that would be such a Knicks move if they went and got Alec Burks. It's not going to cost much. It's probably cost a second, it's not going to cost much. So that's the cost-effective move, trading for an Alec Burks. Obviously, you're punting on a Murray, you're punting on a Brogdon if you go in that direction. But at the same time, the Knicks do need that extra punch off the bench. And Burks can score. Look, we know what Burks can do. He was with us for a couple of years. We know what he can do. But in my opinion, I won't be upset, but I'll be like, really? I'll be disappointed if that's what the Knicks decide to do. They get Alec Burks. So Evan says Malcolm Brogdon is perfect for the second unit. Look, if the New York Knicks were able to get that done, I would like that. He's owed $20 million this year, I think $22 million next year. If we were able to get that deal done, I would like Brogdon. That would be the perfect piece. It's just whether or not what Portland wants in return for Malcolm Brogdon. That's the answer. Hahn brought up Burks, and I was like, really, Hahn? Burks? I don't know. I don't know about Burks, man. But yeah. Keith, man, what's going on, man? Just chopping it up. Impromptu live stream on this Tuesday night. These stories came out today, and I was like, let me hop on the channel and do a live stream for you guys. So, look, first topic was Quentin Grimes. The Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes. And, I opened up this podcast saying I personally would not trade Quentin Grimes unless it was for like a DeJounte Murray. Because if you're just trading a Grimes for let's say a Brogdon, like was brought up here in the chat, or it's not doing it for me, man. It's not doing it for me. And I know maybe it's just me, holding on to Grimes because I feel like there's more in there. We see it. Sometimes we see it. We don't see it often. And look, blame the player, blame the Knicks. But I'm my personal opinion, I would like something more. If you're trading Quentin Grimes, it has to be for like a DeJounte Murray, something like that. Then I would understand it. But if it's like someone small, then I'm not doing it. Jay, what's going on? We need a superstar to make a nice run to the finals. That would be nice, Jay. That would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice if we need a superstar? But yeah, nah. I don't think we need a superstar, man. I just feel like the Knicks are trying to build a complete team at the moment. They brought in OG Anunoby, and now I feel like they're not done. They're looking to, acquire another bench piece off the bench. Possibly a Brogdon, possibly a Murray starting alongside of Jalen Brunson, or possibly an Alec Burks. Look, Highland Hahn brought it up. Once again, I'll read the quote. If you want to put money down on who the Knicks get at the deadline, Alec Burks is a name to watch. It just seems inevitable. ... And then he said, I'd watch that. That was today on his radio show, ESPN New York. And I thought to bring it up to you guys to see what's the temperature on Alec Burks? I don't know. What's the temperature on Alec Burks right now? Because he's in Detroit. He's been scoring a lot. I think he put up like 30 points the other night. We know Burks, man. Burks has been here already. We know Burks. I like Burks when he was here. But I just feel like when there are more players on the market that are better than Burks, and in my opinion, I don't think it's going to cost that much. I don't think a DeJounte Murray will cost that much. 2 first-round picks. They want 2 first-round picks. We got 8 to trade. 8. So I say do it, man. I say do it. Big Taz says we have to stay focused on DeJounte Murray to the Knicks campaign. Alec Burks is a distraction. I wouldn't call him a distraction, but staying focused on the DeJounte Murray to the Knicks, yeah, man. I mean, I would honestly like that, but I mean, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and X and on YouTube saying that they don't want a DeJounte Murray, that they wouldn't like the fit with a Brunson. Not sure if I would like the fit with a Brunson, but that would be nice. That would be nice. But that is the only way I'm trading Quentin Grimes. Like, that is the only way I'm trading a Quentin Grimes if it's for a DeJounte Murray, because then you're essentially acquiring a Murray. So because if you trade Grimes, you're essentially trading Grimes quickly. You trade it quickly. Barrett, then Grimes. That's essentially all your youth, and that would sting. But at the end of the day, if it's for a guy that's going to help the team improve, what can you say, man? So be it. Keith says, Woj already said that the OG Anunoby trade was our big move. I just don't see a Murray trade happening. Grimes and Fournier ain't getting us Murray. I brought it up in the last podcast. If you guys haven't checked that out, please do so. But I brought up Grimes, Fournier, and 2 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. You think Atlanta bites at that? I don't know. Cameron says it's only going to be forced to sell the Knicks. Yeah, I'll get into that later on. But there's a whole bunch of allegations right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's Alec Burks. Whether the New York Knicks decide to go that route, I wouldn't be shocked if they go that route. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't be too shocked if they go the Alec Burks route. It's cost effective. You're not going to give up too much. But in my opinion, they have to do something. All right, let's just touch on Josh Hart really quick, because I'm seeing a lot of Knicks fans with Josh Hart. All right, so Josh Hart has been struggling to start this year, right? He's been struggling, and I took a deep dive behind, his numbers. So, and they're not good. So I took a deep dive behind Josh Hart numbers. He's shooting more threes this season. Last season, 51% of his shots were at the rim. This season, that number is down to 34%. His turnover percentage is 13.4%, 33%. He's shooting 33% from 3, 53% from 2. His efficiency field goal percentage is down from last year's 66% to 51%. Josh Hart hasn't been playing well, and brings me back to Quentin Grimes, because it seems like Josh Hart is the first guard off the bench, right? So, and Grimes has actually played well here since the trade. He's had some blow-up games since the trade. So, in my opinion, the Knicks right now just need to play Josh Hart less, and they need to play Quentin Grimes more. It's as simple as that, but we know how Tom Thibodeau is with that. And look, Josh Hart has had his games. Like, he's had, sporadically, he's had, like, spot games this year where he's played like Josh Hart. I think one game he grabbed like 15 rebounds. I forgot against who. But look, Josh Hart hasn't been playing well. And in my opinion, the Knicks need to kind of like flip-flop the minutes between Grimes and Hart and just see how that is. Because right now it's not working for Hart. 33% from 3. He's not really pump faking that much this year, which we saw last year. Turnover percentage is 13%. And then he's shooting 53% from 2. He's not playing well. So, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to touch on Josh Hart really quick. And just, I don't know. Look, he's signed long-term for the next, I think, 5 years, $90+ million. There's games where you're just shaking your head. There's games where he's not showing up. There's games where he's just a guy out there. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. So hopefully Josh Hart can snap out of it, because when we acquired Hart last year, he was a big piece of our success. He still is. Don't get me wrong, but he's just going through a little slump right now. Carlos, what's going on? Carlos says, Anthony, I'm hearing Hart and Brunson are questionable for tomorrow's game. I cannot suffer another loss. No, you said I cannot suffer another loss. Look, Brunson is still questionable with his calf, and I think Josh Hart now has knee tendonitis, something along those lines. So we need Brunson. Obviously, the Magic game was not to close out that game, the Knicks weren't great. They weren't great at all to close out the game. It got stagnant there offensively. Randall, look, there was one possession I think it was like late in the fourth where Randall, this possession is where he takes literally possessions off and he's just walking around out there and on defense, no awareness. But, he hurt his ankle in the beginning of the game. But, yeah, hopefully Brunson and Hart get out there, man, because we need them. We need to start winning these games at home. Like, that Magic game was such a gimme. We were up. We were up in the fourth. And I think that's the first time this year when we went into the fourth quarter with the lead and we wind up losing the game. So, yeah. Evan says Julius' body language in that Atlanta game was horrible. Yeah, it was, man. Like I said, he hurt his ankle there, but his body language was horrible. And, yeah. Big Taz says it was you that just called him just a guy. Look, at times, guys, am I wrong? Sometimes Josh Hart is just a guy out there. Like, when he's not hitting his shots, when he's not reading out on the ball, the one thing I will say about Josh Hart is that he pushes the pace. He's our fast break guy. He's our engine. When he's grabbing the rebound, he's flying down the court. And I appreciate that from Josh Hart because we were a slow team before Josh Hart came here. So that's the one great aspect of his game. But when he's just doing that and not doing all the other intangibles, that's when you're like, come on, bro, give me a little bit more. Especially when Grimes is like outplaying you sort of, right? So Keith says can't put Grimes ahead of Josh, who was making $81 million. I'm not going to, at that point, like, if you're going to play somebody because they're making more money than you, that's bad coaching. Like, Grimes has, in my opinion, Grimes should be playing more than Josh Hart right now because Josh Hart, he's struggling. 33% from three. If he's not hitting his threes, he's shooting less shots at the rim. Like, I took a look behind his numbers, and they're not great. So they're not great. Evan says we need a good backup. Backup power forward or backup shooting guard. Backup power forward or backup shooting guard is what the New York Knicks, they need. And trading deadline is 22 days away. 23 days away. 23 days away. All right, so let's get to this Dolan stuff. This was wild. Allegedly. All right. Let me read you this stuff. So a woman filed, this came out today, about James Dolan. A woman filed a lawsuit alleging Knicks owner, executive chairman James Dolan pressured her into unwanted sex in 2013. The woman accuses him of sex trafficking and connecting her with Harvey Weinstein, who she says sexually assaulted her. Dolan denied the allegations. Adam Silver came out today with a quote and said, I saw the article, quote, I saw the article and don't know anything else about it other than I read the article. So we'll stand by that and we'll wait to find some more information. So these are all allegations right now. This is, even a touchy subject to even comment on. I read the article. I think The Athletic posted it. It was some dark things in there that I don't really want to get into right now. But I guess we just have to wait and see what comes about this. If this stuff is true, and that's a big, if this stuff is true, then the actions have to be made. But right now, they're just allegations. James Dolan is denying this stuff. So who knows at this point? But you had the Grimes news come out today, and then James Dolan news come out today. And it was just, on an off day for the New York Knicks, it was a whirlwind. So we just have to wait and see what comes about this. It's just really a touchy subject to comment on right now. But the things that she's accusing him of are bad, are pretty bad. So, yeah, you guys can look up the article. I think it was The Athletic. I don't really have the article in front of me, and I'm not going to repeat it for you guys because it's bad in there. But, yeah, this James Dolan stuff, we'll just have to wait and see what comes about it. And that's my piece on that James Dolan stuff. But, yeah, Big Taz says, to be honest, though, I saw this coming last season with Josh Hart. You really? Even though Josh Hart, in the playoffs, look, obviously the game that I come back to with Josh Hart is the game one versus Cleveland where he hit that big three. And when we acquired Josh Hart, we were like, what, 16-5 or something? Like, so he's just going through a bad slump right now. He's playing bad. There's no way to put it. No way other to put it. He's playing bad. And when the Knicks are missing that extra punch off the bench like we had with Quickly, and you compile that with a Josh Hart not really playing well, you kind of see the clunkiness. Like you saw the clunkiness in Dallas, in Memphis. Thank God we pulled out that win. And then versus the Magic, it just when everything is compiling, it doesn't look right. And hopefully Josh Hart can snap out of this. But yeah, man. Big Taz says I don't want Dolan to sell the team. That's the first time I've seen someone that said I don't want Dolan to sell the team. That's the first time. So Walter Blackman, what's going on, Walter? Just chopping it up. Impromptu live stream tonight on this Tuesday afternoon. You know, the Quentin Grimes rumors came about. Fred Katz put out an article saying the Knicks are gauging Quentin Grimes' market to see what's out there. So we just have to wait and see what comes about that. But yeah, you don't say, no, I don't want to see Burks back. If the New York Knicks trade for Burks, will it make the bench better? Yes. But I just think Knicks fans are over the Alec Burks experiment. His time here wasn't bad. You know, I think towards the end of his Knick tenure, it started to get a little bit, you know, fans were starting to become over Alec Burks. But I understand that why Alan Hodd said that. Just in case you're just joining us, Alan Hodd pretty much said that the Knicks watch Alec Burks during the trading deadline because that's a name to watch. And it's going to be interesting if the Knicks decide to go that direction because he's cost effective, man. Cost effective. Only cost a couple of second round picks, and that's it. Caesar, man, what's going on? Evan says Malcolm Brogdon's IQ is glue for the second unit, and then it will gel. I like Brogdon. I really do like Brogdon a lot. And is he the missing piece on this team? I wouldn't say missing piece, but will he make our team better? Yes. He would definitely fill all the holes we're missing right now, vacated by it quickly. He's a great catch and shoot shooter. He's obviously an okay defender at this point of his career. Contract is not terrible. $20 million this year, about $20 million next year. So you can easily trade him again. He's not that attractive than a DeJounte Murray. But, you know, Brogdon, I like Brogdon. And I feel like if the Knicks go that direction, they've already traded in the past with Portland. That's important too. They've traded in the past with Detroit. And they've traded in the past with Atlanta. So we gave Cam to Portland. Atlanta, we acquired Cam Reddish. So it in terms of making phone calls, it's not going to be, you know, a hard bargaining at the table. I guess that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Big Taz says Josh Hart had a habit of not taking his open shots from last season. That's when I knew it would add to his current state this season. He's very hesitant behind the arc, and he should be right now. I mean, in my opinion, if he's open, shoot it. Because you're shooting, 33% from three this season? Not great. Josh Hart just needs to snap out of it, and I think he will, man. I mean, J. Deals Direct says Hart's game is well-rounded. He still attacks the basket, rebounds, and gets steals. Yes, I brought that up. Josh Hart, he pushes the pace, grabs rebounds, pushes the pace. His steals, I think, are down this year. But his rebounding, still there, and he's a great transition player. Great. And he's a great finisher at the rim, but not this year. Look, he's only shooting, I brought up the numbers earlier. Last season, 51% of his shots were at the rim. This season, that number is down to 34%. So Josh Hart is taking more threes. And the thing I would ask Josh Hart is why? Why are you taking more threes? You know? Am I the only one who's thinking that? Evan says, when he is the starting point guard, then yeah, fans didn't like it. Not sure who you're referring to, Evan. Get back to me. JDO says, Brogdon is too injury prone. We won't get the second round We won't get to this out the second round without Brogdon. Doesn't move the needle. Depends. You never know in the NBA, right? You never know. It depends who we match up with. But that's why it's very important to finish it's very important to finish third, because then we avoid the top two in the first round. So, yeah. Look, I think Brogdon will make our team better, but I think Murray will push us to the top. If we get Murray, then I'm like, okay, there's some action going on here. We traded for OG. We essentially placed Barrett and Quickly with OG and Murray. I like that. Spider-Man, what's going on? Yes to Murray. Every other backup point guard, no. Why ruin Deuce's development? Young, cheaper, value is only going to go up, just like Alec Burks slowed down quickly 2 years ago. Yeah, that's another aspect. You bring Alec Burks in here, then how many minutes is Deuce really playing? But if you acquire Murray, I just feel like Murray fits. And I brought it up in the last podcast, like, who did Jalen Brunson play well with? Quickly. So you essentially have Murray and Brunson. I'm not saying Murray's like a Quickly, but Brunson played well with a Quickly. So smaller, like Murray defensively, he's taking a step back this year statistically, but I feel like new scenery will improve him, man. Jet Life says wait on Donovan. Wait on Donovan, Jet Life. Bid Taz says, I don't want Jolin to sell the team because I'm not yet ready to purchase the team. Let's all like put up our money. I mean, even if we all put up all of our money, we still wouldn't be able to buy the Knicks. What are the Knicks valued out today? Like $7 billion, something like that. They're the most valued franchise in the NBA, possibly in sports. But, yeah. Caesar says Murray fits like a glove. He does. And like I said, I like the fit with Murray and I like the fit with Brunson. And I like the options that would give Thibodeau. That it'll give him more options to stagger. You sub out Murray earlier. You sub out Brunson. You bring in Murray off the bench. So, yes, they will start together. Yes, our bench unit would essentially be Dante DiVincenzo, Deuce, Hart, and hopefully Mitchell Robinson when he gets back. And right now, it seems like Precious Achiuwa is kind of fallen out of Tom Thibodeau's grace, even though Precious had an okay game last game. But in Memphis, second half, he didn't play at all. So I do think the Knicks need to bolster up their, front court a little bit. And Murray. I like Murray, man. And I brought up a trade, Murray for Grimes, Fournier, and a couple of second-round picks. But someone in the chat said that's not going to get it done. If you're Atlanta and if you had the Lakers offering Reeves and like a 2029 first-round pick, you got to take that over the Knicks offer. So. J. Deals says, good point on Brunson playing off ball with Quickly. And Brunson played off ball with Luka. Brunson played off ball with Quickly. Brunson played off ball with Luka. So even if you're bringing in a ball dominant guard in here, and look, Murray's attempting 17, 18 shots a game. His use, it's another high usage player. But, we've seen it when Julius and Brunson aren't really. Like the game in Dallas, for instance, when Brunson was kind of cold and Julius was he picked it up in the, I think, second quarter. But when Brunson was off the court, the Knicks offense, it was just went downhill. So I believe in Leon, man. I believe in the Knicks front office. I feel like they'll get something done. And I feel like we'll bring someone else in here that'll complement the guys. I really do. But like I said, I opened up this impromptu live stream where the Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes, but in my opinion, I'm not trading Grimes unless it's for DeJounte Murray. That's just my opinion because I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I like Grimes. I like his game, but it's just inconsistency. But it is what it is. As long as it makes the Knicks better, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Catching up on these comments. Buzzbeater says, we run an offense not designed on strategy, but dependent on outside shooting and shot creation. Yes. Big Tass says Murray would be the player that RJ Barrett was supposed to be. Murray's actually having a career year from three this year. I think he's shooting 38% from three, So he's shooting better from three. So it's not like he still has the mid-range in his game and he still has the three-point shot in his game. And his steals, I think he leads, I think last year he was one of the league leaders in steals. Obviously, Atlanta's a mess right now. So if you're looking at his numbers defensively, I know they're taking a step back, but new scenery, you never know, right? You never know. Caesar said, I like the fit with OG and Murray on the defensive perimeter. Scary thought. Yes, I like that fit as well. Look, Murray has taken a step back this year defensively, but like I stated, new scenery, if that were able to, come about, I would like that. Because then you essentially have Brunson, Murray. Like I stated before, Brunson is a good player to play off ball. He knows how to do it. He played off ball with Quickly. He played off ball with Luka. So that's why, when Donovan Mitchell, the rumors were floating, that's what a lot of people brought up, is that Brunson is comfortable in doing that. Now, Brunson is playing at an all-star level with his high usage. So if you bring in a Murray here, does that take a step back? I don't know. That's something you have to ponder. But yeah. Guys, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This was an impromptu live stream. Appreciate every single one of you. I just wanted to come on here talking about the Grimes news, the Burst reunion, the heart struggles. Those of you that are just joining here tonight, we went through the Knicks. They're shopping, kind of reset the rumor a little bit. The Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes. Fred Katz came out with an article saying the New York Knicks are gauging Quentin Grimes' interest around the NBA. I personally said that unless the New York Knicks are including Grimes in a bigger package for, like, let's say a DeJounte Murray, that's when I would feel comfortable on Quentin Grimes. But if it's for, like, I don't know, like, would you trade a Grimes for Brogdon? I don't know. Like, that would just feel like, to me, I wouldn't like that. But what would Portland want in return? But but yeah, that was the Quentin Grimes situation. Then we talked about Alec Burks. I brought up that Alan Hahn today said, let me bring up Alan Hahn's quote for you guys. Let me repeat it. Where is it? I'll say, he said, quote, if you want to put money down on who the Knicks get at the deadline, Alec Burks is a name to watch. It just seems inevitable. ... I'd watch that. That quote is from Alan Hahn, and we all know Alan Hahn is very close to the New York Knicks. He works for the New York Knicks. So, but he did say that he does not have any inside information. So that is the Alec Burks aspect. Former Knick, you bring him in here, does it improve our bench? Yes. But is that what we really want to do? I don't know. It's an interesting move. We've seen it before, but we haven't seen it with the squad we currently have. It was a lot of Alec Burks starting over quickly. He's not going to start, but he can run the point. He could run the point a little bit, and that's the intriguing part of Burks. But I don't know, Knicks fans in the chat, everyone in the chat is sort of like iffy about Alec Burks. And then we brought up the Josh Hart struggles and then the James Dolan news that came out today, which was kind of dark. But, we just have to wait to see what comes about that. Those are allegations at this moment. So we just wait and see. We just have to wait and see. Buzzerbeater says, who's the vocal leader on our team? Who's the team captain? I would say that's Brunson. I would say at this moment that is Jalen Brunson at this moment. Caesar says, I'm not too high on Grimes, but I definitely see your point on only letting him go for DJ Murray. Yeah, I mean, look, I came into this season expecting great things from Grimes. Obviously, it didn't happen that way. We traded Quickly, we traded Barrett, and now we're looking like we're trading Grimes. So in a span of less than a year, 3 of our young players out the door. But like I said, if it improves our team, so be it, right? That's what you do. You draft well, you build your team, you gain, I would like for us to keep like one of our young players, just in case we get to the mountaintop and, we can say that we have homegrown players on our squad, like a Denver kind of did it, kind of complement them with good players. But nowadays with free agency, it's like with everyone opting out of free agency, meaning that when we get to free agency, there's no really good players to sign because everyone's signing extensions during the season. Nowadays, you have to trade your young players. You have to trade your picks to even acquire somebody good. It's not like when KD and Kyrie were free agents, right? Those free agents don't really come around that often anymore. So It's kind of the new NBA right now. Big Task says Grimes is a great guy, I'm sure, but we're on a mission and need the right shoulders. Yeah, we're on a mission, man. 2 wins away from the Eastern Conference last year. So 2 wins away. And we're on a mission. Acquired OG. I like where we're headed. Jet Life, what's going on? Murray, Robinson, and OG would definitely be deadly defensively. Look, and the thing about DeJounte Murray is that the thing I love about him, I've said it many times already, is that he's a good trade asset. Let's say you trade for him, doesn't work out. Okay, summertime, you can ship him off somewhere else. Not saying, do that, but I'm just saying Murray will be a great trade asset for the Knicks. So, yeah, I mean, I like the Murray thing, and I just don't know if the Knicks are going to dabble in that. They've already given up on 2 of their prized assets, whether you agree with that or not. 2 of their assets, but they've kept their first. They've kept their first. So we just have to wait to see what the next move. Look, they can just kick the can into the summer and give Deuce the keys and be like, hey, we believe in you. Grow into the playmaker we think you can be. And you're the guy off the bench. Whether or not you guys like that, but I like the way Deuce is playing. I really do. Nick Yak, what's going on? If we tie up more money for next year, how do we sign OG and Hartenstein? We have their bird rights, I believe. I don't think we have Hartenstein's bird rights, but we can sign him to a bigger deal. It's like it gets technical. But OG, we have his bird rights, so we can sign him to an extension. But the Evan Fournier contract is another aspect, because let's say the New York Knicks don't trade anybody this year and you let Evan Fournier pretty much walk, even though he has 1 year left. The Knicks can pick up his option, and that's like $19 million. But are you really going to pick up his option just to keep him on the bench again to be another trade asset? I don't think they'll do that. But Spider says they need to get rid of Julius Randle. Terrible defender. No matter what decent player the Knicks trade for, the Knicks are not winning with Randle as the second best player. There it is. I like your profile picture too with the little bug on your face. Look, I see it at times. I do. But I'm sure that this is going to be a very, very important postseason for Julius Randle. I'll just say that. This is going to be a very important postseason for him. Tyler says, I'm sure. What's going on, Ty? What's going on, Ty? I'm sure you've touched on it, but what are your thoughts about Brunson-Murray duo? Yeah, we touched on it, but, always touch on it again. I like the Brunson-Murray move simply based on the fact that Brunson plays good off ball. Like, we saw him play good off ball with Luka. We saw him play good with Emmanuel quickly. So a lot of people are saying, you bring in another ball-dominant guard in here, high-usage player with a DeJounte Murray, that it would kind of mess up the flow or the rhythm of Jalen Brunson. Me personally, I think it would help him in a way. Will it kind of take away from his scoring output? Yeah, but I think that Murray can play well with DeJounte Murray simply based on the fact that we've seen it with Quickly. Closing out games, it was Quickly and Brunson. Not comparing Quickly with DeJounte, but it's kind of similar in a way. So that's why I feel like the DeJounte Murray situation is an interesting one, and I feel like the Knicks are pondering it, and if the right price is out there, I feel like the New York Knicks should strike on that. So hopefully that answered your question on that duo. Caesar says there definitely is a move coming. We have to make use of Fournier's deal. Who was it that brought it up? I think Bobby Marks brought up the fact that the New York Knicks could pick up Evan Fournier's deal just to have him sit on the bench again. Me, I'm not doing that. Like, that's icky. That's an icky situation. So you either trade him in 21 days, 23 days away from that NBA trading deadline, or that's it, or that's it. Catch somebody's comments. Appreciate every single one of you, as always. Buzzerbeater says Josh Hart is following the same footsteps as Derrick Rose. Both came here in the middle of the season and helped us win games in the playoffs and struggled the following year. Look, Hart just needs to snap out of it, man. he's in terms of pushing the pace, running the fast breaks for Josh Hart. That's what he does best. But right now, his 3-point shot isn't there. He's not really shooting enough attempts at the rim. Those are low. Like I said, there's times where Josh Hart is out there just doing cardio. He's just doing cardio out there. So, did I miss anyone? J Deals Direct says, would you do this trade? Randall and Fournier for Grant and Brogdon. This works in the trade machine. I love the trade machine this time of year, man. I love seeing you guys come up with trades and whatnot, but no, I would not do that. I would not trade Randall and Fournier for Grant and Brogdon. That would no. If anything, that's like a summer move. You're not doing that move in the middle of the season, but if anything, you want to get better. Is that getting us better? I mean, I'm not doing that, J Deals, but Evan says I would trade for Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, I like Kuminga. And he's disgruntled in Golden State. So, look, Golden State's a mess. I brought up Klay Thompson on Twitter, on X, when somebody said that everyone in Golden State is available. And I put a picture of Klay Thompson, and I was like, make it happen. But, I mean, is that really what we need right now? I mean, it would be nice. Klay Thompson's kind of washed defensively right now. He can still get it done on the offensive end, but couple of years back, I would have liked Klay Thompson, but I mean, I understand why Knicks fans don't like that. Once you use bird rights, you can get a free agent like Mitchell will be in 18 months. I'm not too sure about the Mitchell thing, man. I think the Knicks are, unless it's free agency, unless the Knicks get Mitchell in free agency, I think the Knicks are done with that. Tyler says, I'm not worried about Brunson when it comes to fitting in with Murray. I worry about Murray pairing with Brunson. Yeah, good point. Right now, you could say Murray and Trae Young don't really fit. But, you know, Trae Young's such a different kind of player than a Brunson. But, yeah, that's a concern. We're bringing in Murray here, and will he be happy? Will he be happy, reverting to Brunson being a ball-dominant guy, Randall needing the ball, OG needing the ball sometimes, even though OG doesn't need the ball, even though we're starting to see OG Anunoby's, usage creep up and up. But I feel like right situation for Murray. He can come in here, take care of him, in New York. And then the beautiful thing about that is that you could flip him too. You can flip him. Big Taz says Murray has to buy in, and if Murray wants to do what we're doing, it's scary hours. Big Taz really wants DeJounte Murray, and I respect it, man. I like Murray, but Alan Hahn said, I don't think he shut it down today, but he essentially said, Burks is a name to watch, and everyone's talking about Murray and Brogdon. He's saying it's a cost-effective move for Alec Burks because it won't cost you that much. Not something I wanted to hear, but we gotta wait. We just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see what this next domino should be. Pascal Siakam. News came out literally before I had hopped on this pod that the Indiana Pacers and the Raptors are in the works of trading for Pascal Siakam, going to Indiana for 3 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam. Indiana giving 3 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam. Wow. I don't like that. But, hey, Indiana's going for it, man. Keith says them damn trade machines. Look, I love seeing everyone's I think every day when I open up the app on Twitter, I see another trade proposal. And I like it. Sometimes they hit. I think during the summer, I had a trade proposal sending Quickly to Toronto, and Quickly's a Raptor. So, yeah. Buzzerbeater says, Anthony, why would you not make the Randall Fournier for Grant and Brogdon? I don't think that moves the needle, Buzzer. I just don't. I don't think that moves the needle. That's just my opinion. You're trading Randall, who's an all-NBA player, and, for pretty much Grant and Brogdon. Brogdon only has 2 years left. Grant just signed an extension. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. I don't know if anyone in the chat would do that, but I'm not trading. If I'm trading Randall, I'm looking to acquire someone better than a Grant. You know, that's just, I'm not trading Julius Randle for Jeremiah Grant and Brent Brogdon. You know, it's a cool NBA 2K trade. Like, it's cool to like see how the Knicks play with one another in that trade. But I don't know. This is my personal opinion, Buzzer. But I appreciate the trade proposal. Cam says, what happens, though, if the new owner comes in and messes things up and fires Leon Rose? That won't be good. Look, with the James Dolan situation, we just have to wait and see what comes about that. Sticky situation right now. Everything just came about literally today. So, but I think that's ways away, Cam. I think that's ways away. So we just have to wait and see. Ty says, imagine the Raptors get back Obi. And imagine that. Imagine that. Obi, Quickly, and RJ in Toronto back together. I would like watching that, you know? It's like the North Knicks. We the North Knicks, you know? Good for them if that happens. Yeah, Keith, I brought that up. They might pick up Fournier's option and keep him on the bench. Obi is going to Toronto also for Siakam, our second and two. Is that done? Is that done? Am I missing something? Did that deal go through? Because I know Shams tweeted it, but I didn't read his article. And now Nets Daily just tweeted, told Nets do have interest in DeJounte Murray. Keep an eye on Brooklyn. Nets are a team to watch with Murray, you know? So Murray's going to have suitors, and the New York Knicks are one of them. So we just got to wait and see. We just got to wait and see for that. But yeah, guys, just want to come on here, impromptu live stream, couple of channel announcements. Our Discord is now open. Link is in the description. Hop in the Discord. I'm in there. My podcast co-host Kristen's in there. Ty in the chat is in there. But yeah, impromptu live stream on this Tuesday night. Knicks got to get a win. Hopefully Brunson is back. Hopefully Hart is back and playing well. The Grimes rumors are still circling around. So we just have to wait and see. 23 days until the trading deadline. We just have to wait and see. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this impromptu live stream up. Appreciate every single one of you that hopped in here in the live stream. Channel's doing good. Channel's growing. That's because of you guys. But once again, it is Let's Go Knicks. And yeah, let's get this win. Let's get this home cooking done. We got to start winning at home, man. No excuses. No excuses. Like I said, I'm Anthony. I'll catch you guys next time. Appreciate every single one of you. Peace.